Hi, welcome back and welcome if you're new. Today I have a coffee Monsterz haul for you. It includes my June pre-order as well as what I got from August birthday sale, and as well as that a little something from Amazon so that I can swatch these, but we'll do that in a second. I'm going to start with the June pre-order. So this is the little freebie, and as you can see it's chapter 6 because they were ordered in June. So we have the book, the appointment, the dentist reminder appointment and blood test. And then it was the June journaling card because that's when I ordered it. I have one of these set aside to use in November for Black Friday because it's add to cart and it has the emoji and all the little emojis jumping into the cart. Now, the washi. So we'll start with this one. This is little Sprouts emojis and it is 10 millimeters. So it's really plain and simple, but it's really cute. And if you just want that little something in either your journal or your planner, it's just the top of a bunch of little emoji heads with a little sprout growing out of it. And that wee one sticking its tongue out is my favourite. And I love the fact that it's on a plain white background. Yeah, so that's little sprouts. And then we have this one. Helen actually has a 4 biomes collection. And there was a previous washi released, this one. It was an 18 millimeter and it had the 4 biomes all together. So the ocean, the forest, the Arctic and the desert. But she has actually released 2 now, I have the other one over here, of the individual biomes. So you can have them on your own, which I think is really great because I usually end up cutting them anyway, because when I'm doing an ocean theme, I don't need the other 4. And it's called Opalescent Oceans. So while it's the same style of doodle as the other one, the doodles are different, so it's unique and it's really gorgeous. It's really cute. So we have a little emoji holding its breath. That's so cute. And then all the other different types of emojis and sea creatures. Love that little wheel. And the metallic in the background is silver with the little bubbles and the little anchors. And then the forest version of it that's also 18 millimeter is called Whimsical Woods. And this one's also gorgeous. That little bear peeking round and the emoji on the other side. And is that a little sloth on the tree? The little sleeping emoji. And the metallics on this are bronze, I would say, like a brownie colour. And they're just little tiny details, little specks and 3 little Z's coming out of the wee sleeping bear. It's just lovely. And then this one is called Interstellar. Now I do have one in this pattern from the January last year subscription called Night Sky. And the Night Sky one has silver details and it's really dark navy black. Whereas this one is purple. And I wasn't going to get this again because I had that other one and I love it, but I just couldn't help myself with the purple version because I love purple. So this is a lilac-y purple in the background. There's the same emojis and the general idea of the background is the same, but it's not identical. It says explore and it has suns and stars and moons and a little Saturn, and it's also in silver. Really beautiful. This next one then is Mountains and Meadows 2.0, and I actually have the original version and it's one of my favorites here. So this one has snow on the background and the little emojis running towards each other. Little emoji back here, peeking up, and it just reminds me of the Sound of Music. I don't know why, like they're running across. It's very cute. But the difference in this one then, let's see. So it has a little emoji sitting down and then the little peeking emoji and the emojis running towards each other. But the difference really is the colours. These are got like browns and oranges in the background, and we have little tulips here and daisies. In fact, let me hold them against each other. That's the best way to show you the difference. So there's this one is more bluey purple and this one is more browny grey colours of the mountains. There's tulips in this one and there's daisies just in that one. So they're subtle differences. And then this wee dude's not in the original. And then last but not least, I have Shopping Spree and it's a 15 millimeter. And this is actually the first version of this, but I'm sure she'll release different colours of it in the future. But it has the emoji with all the Happy Meal packages. It's so funny. An emoji carrying the shopping bags, an emoji pushing a trolley, another emoji carrying shopping bags, and an emoji carrying a grocery bag. And then the metallics in the background is gold on a very pale pink. So that is my June washi pre-order. Right, now for my birthday order from August, and I actually thought I would show you the envelope that it came in. Isn't that really adorable? The little couple watching the sun go down, the sun saying hello. I love her attention to detail. And then this is the journaling card that came with it. It says love is all around us, and it has all the emojis on the world. So we have an everything shower. That's cool. And then no thanks. That's so funny. And then post. Because it's a special event sale, then you get some special freebies. And they're picked at random. So I got an emoji on a carrot. So this is a vinyl. And then an emoji peeking out of a bin. An emoji peeking out of a recycling bin. And an emoji peeking out of like a compost bin. It has a little worm in it too. It's a vinyl as well. And then, this is special, I got these emoji heads, and they are bronze. Are they bronze or rose gold? I think they're bronze. But they're the moods. I use the moods all the time, but these are special metallic ones. And then I got some stickers that were newly released, and I have a currently watching section in my planner that has seasonal versions of TV doodles. So when I saw she released a book doodle version, I thought perfect, this would be great for currently reading or just marking reading in general. So we have leaves and a scarf, a pumpkin, a bear and florals. And I got 2 of them. And then Halloween, a witch, a ghost, a cat, a spider and a mummy. And I got 2 of those as well. And then to add to my travel stickers collection, I got suitcase emojis. So we have an emoji inside the suitcase, which reminds me of Cody, like, can I come too? And then an emoji that's been closed in one, and an emoji sitting beside one, and then smaller versions of all that. And then I got some emoji heads. This is part 10. So this is the normal version of what I got a special version of. And she has now 10 different sheets in this collection. So we got a crying one, thinking one, saluting, melting, laughing, and sad. I'm going to add them to my mood section in my sticker book. And then cheerleading emojis, really cute. Going to add one of these to my anniversary week in my planner for the channel to celebrate the milestone. But that's the kind of thing that they're perfect for. Cheer yourself on. They're so cute. And then I got autumn emoji heads. So these aren't necessarily a mood, they're just for the season. So we have one with a pumpkin hat on, a little bow, hat, leaves, scarf, and drinking coffee. And then I got, for the first time ever, a standing pencil case. I own a few different versions of this type of pencil case that is the little tube. But I now own one of these, and I just couldn't help it because it's purple. It's just so cute. She has released a yellow version before. I think that's the only one she released before. Let me open this and spare you the noise. So the top part is white, and you have a laughing emoji. That's her shop logo on the front and back. And then you pull down this bottom part, and you have a little TCMC label and all the different emojis on a pale purple background. And the zip at the top is white to match that section, but the hardware is silver. And the way it works is if it's standing on your desk, so let me get a bunch of pens here. Right, so these are my liners, but it does fit Tombos as well. In fact, I'll lift one out to show you. There. See? And they fit in nicely, and you zip it up. But then, whenever you want it to be on your desk, you push down this section here, and you have a little stand with all your pencils. So that would be really handy for out and about, to just have a stand there, and you can lift things, you know, just set that to the side, have your journal here, lift things in and out. and I just couldn't resist it because of the colour and how cute it is. And then I got a washi from this order, and I have a feeling, even though I haven't even opened it yet, that it's going to be one of my favourites. It's called Desk Clutter, and it's actually a 13mm, and I don't own any other 13mm, so this is a first. How adorable is that? And can you guess which part of it's my favourite? Yep. A little emoji just lying sign is such a mood, but it's essentially all the things you would find cluttered on your desk. So we have a little plant with books, an emoji on top of a book, a planner with stickers in it, or it could be a sticker book, a pen pot, a lamp, some paper clips, a little emoji sitting down. Then we have just a little like desk ornament ball with more books and a cup of coffee and another plant. And then that is a Tombow pen stand, a note page, a pen drawing a line that looks like an Energel cleaner, and a sign emoji. So that is just adorable. And it's on a plain white background, so all the little details and doodles really pop out. Right, now I did actually get one final thing in this order that's really exciting. But before I show you it, I'm going to show you a second order I placed, because I totally panicked ordering really quickly and forgot to add this to my cart. And it's something I really wanted and I get every year. So it was still part of the birthday order. I just made two separate orders. So let me show you this wee tiny order first. I have the same little envelope that it came in, same journaling card and the same freebie. And then this is what I forgot to add, and I would never not get these. So a transparent 2025 vinyl in like a typewriter text. So before, where the background was white, this one, as you can see, is transparent. So that's the backing of it here. And if I pop this down, brilliant, that's me ready for 2025. And I still have these from last year, but wanted to get these new versions. I love transparent stickers because you can stick them on top of anything and it still goes. You know, it's not gonna, not that you can't stick these on top of anything, but you know what I mean. And then I also got this version, which isn't transparent. This is the pastel version, and she had a colourful version that says 2025. And I think I'm going to use this one in my journal because it has the pencils and my liners and stuff like that. This is last year's, this planner belongs to. In fact, no, it was the year before's, I think. So she's bound to restock these and she's bound to come out with new versions of these, but I just didn't want to take the risk in case I couldn't get these. So yeah, that's why I made my second order, because I completely panicked and forgot. So these are film slate emojis and I'll be using one of these today in my planner. And I got 2 sheets. Now, Helen collabed with Robert Oster and did some of her own colours in inks. So we have Coffee Monster and Day to Night, and whenever I saw them I just absolutely couldn't resist. They are perfect, they're right up my street. And I've since then bought a fountain pen, and it's not here yet. I can't wait for it to get here. And I've actually bought another Robert Oster ink, but I also in the meantime bought this little thing from Amazon, because I want to be able to swatch new inks whenever I get them in the future without having to empty out the ink that's currently in a fountain pen, etc. And I thought it would be handy to have this, and this was only £8. So the inside of it is purple and it's glass, a glass dip pen. It has a little cover on the top. Now it is very delicate, but the reason I wanted to get this one is I've seen ones, oh, I can't get this off. 1 sec, I'm gonna have to use my teeth. Got it. Right, so the reason I wanted to get this type is because of how thin the top is. So no matter how, like they've gave a little free ink with it, so no matter how tiny the ink is, I'll be able to fit this inside. Because I've seen ones that have like a really bulbous top, and I would worry then that you wouldn't be able to get it inside the different ink bottles. That would defeat the purpose. So I thought this was perfect. I'm going to display it on a little shelf behind me and use it every time I need to swatch a new ink. And it also came with a little glass stand, looks like that. So when you're swatching your inks, you can set it to the side and not worry about spilling it everywhere. So this is the ink that came free with it. I've absolutely no idea what brand it is or what the ink colour is. I'll swatch it for you anyway in a minute, but let's do these first because this is the exciting part. So we have the Coffee Monster. And this is a first for me. I have never wrote with a dip pen in my entire life. Ooh, I'll just dip that in there quickly. I have no idea how much or little to put in. Oh, that's gorgeous. This just really fascinates me, how dip pens work. Like, how is that able to write and hold the ink? Look how much that held from one little dip. I'm curious. I want to see how long it keeps going before I have to redip. Are you kidding me? Ah, that's it running out now. That was one dip. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, I'm going to set this on this and get a little paintbrush because I want to get a fuller swatch to show you the colour. Oh, wow. Round of applause for Helen. So this is be good if I could spell. Yeah, that is beautiful. So let's give this a rinse and try the other one. Going to close this. It's something I worry about with ink. I am a complete klutz and I don't want there to be a disaster. So this is Day to Night. Oh, wow. I wish you guys were sitting beside me and could just see how absolutely stunning these are. Hopefully it's coming across on camera. Absolute perfection, and 10 out of 10 for the Hemlock and Oak paper. There is ghosting, and I did dip this in and have a fully loaded, as you can see, pen, so we'll see. I'll try it whenever I'm writing with an actual fountain pen. But I don't really see there being any paper that doesn't ghost with fountain pens. Even the Tomo River paper, that's notorious for being good with fountain pens, still ghosts. But anyway, perfect. I'll quickly dip it into this little random one they gave me that I have no idea who made it or where it's from, that I can't get opened. That was difficult to get into. It looks like a purple or maybe a dark blue. Yeah, that's quite nice. It's a bit brighter. I prefer that, like the darker. You'd think it would tell you where it's from or what it is. I have that third ink now all over my thumb. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed hanging out today and seeing all my new goodies. Thank you so much for watching and take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!